Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be playing in the new Nitro Pollution game mode in Asphalt 9 and giving my opinions on it. This might be a little bit different than my regular videos. I'm going to be showing you my first impressions, as this is just a 4-minute recording of me trying it out, seeing what it's all about, and then in a second race trying to get a good time in it. But for this first race, I was curious. What is actually Nitro Pollution? Because a lot of people had thought that, given by the whole green theme and everything, that it was going to be a lot like the Infected game mode from Asphalt 8. The way Infected worked was that there were green nitro bottles throughout the track, and if you hit them you would become infected, where your entire screen would turn green and you'd be able to go way faster than usual with your nitro, but there was a timer that would count down, and at the end of that you would wreck and you'd be back to being non-infected after that. But as you can probably tell here, such is not the case. When you hit the yellow nitro bottles that have the little green nuclear symbol in them, instead of your car turning green and going faster and anything like that, all that happens is your nitro bar becomes a little bit shorter. It takes 5 of these yellow Nitro Pollution bottles in order to fill up the nitro bar, and basically it just does not allow you to fill up the nitro bar all the way. As you can see, I have now hit 2 of them, and so I can only fill up 2/3 of my nitro bottle. This means, most importantly, that I cannot shockwave anymore, which, as you might be able to imagine, in a car such as the TVR Griffith, which has a pretty bad nitro efficiency to begin with, isn't exactly the greatest thing. At this point, I decided to try to fill it up completely and see if anything would happen at that point, because now I was thinking, okay, there's not really a whole lot going on. Is all that happens that my nitro bar just gets shorter? That doesn't seem very fun. So I went around the 360-degree turn, or actually the 270-degree turn, as some people point out in the comments, then picked up the last green nitro bottle, and yeah, nothing happens. You just literally can't pick up any nitro anymore. And then I finished the race. Unfortunately, if you were expecting something like the Infected game mode, you will be disappointed. The Infected game mode had some decent strategy to it, where you tried to just not hit any green nitro bottles throughout the race. Maybe toward the end of the race you would try to, so that you'd be able to go faster, and then the timer wouldn't run out by the time you hit the finish line. And you could also get urban havocs and knock down cars to extend your infected time. Also, if a car that was infected hits you, you become infected, so it was kind of interesting in multiplayer, although it never really got played in there. But here, literally all that happens is your nitro bar gets shorter. There's nothing else to it than that I could find. Now, I can see where there could be a bit of strategy if you're in a car such as a TVR Griffith, which heavily relies on shockwave in order to get up to its maximum speed. Since it doesn't seem like the nitro pollution wears off throughout the race, you essentially have to avoid every single one of these bottles throughout the race, which means also that if there were some right in the middle of a faster way that you would normally go, you would have to choose to either go the longer way and conserve your shockwave ability, or go the shorter way, pick up the polluted nitro bottle, and then sacrifice your shockwave. So in that instance, I think it could be kind of neat, but for the most part, I mean, it's just a matter of avoiding these nitro bottles, and there's not really much else to it. Though given what I know about it right now, it's kind of an underwhelming game mode. I've spoken to a few people about it, and they seem to pretty much think the same thing. That doesn't really add a whole lot to the game. It would be interesting to see if they added this to multiplayer, if much would change, but I don't really think a lot would. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad game mode, it's just not quite what it was hyped up to be, in my opinion. But definitely try it out. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. And given that this one was called Class D, it's very likely that we will see versions of this for other classes as well. And that'll be especially interesting to see, I think, in higher classes, such as S-Class, to see how cars like the Yesco can do with it. And if there is actually ever an instance where it is better to pick up one of these bottles to maybe take a route that ends up being better, even though you can't shockwave in the end. I don't really think so, but you never know. I'm definitely going to try this again whenever it comes out for the other classes, and maybe if it comes out elsewhere too. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt and other games content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!